What is going on, warriors and farmers of Tamaris? Back again with another Call of Dragons video. We got a brand new big bully dwarf in Call of Dragons. His name is AGNAR. He's here to kick butt and take names. This video is going to show you the talent trees, the artifacts, the warpets, and how you can integrate this brand new big bully into the different multiple cavalry lineups. If you're new here, like, share, subscribe, leave some comments down below. No one is safe in the PvP because of this new bully. Let's see what it's all about. Alright, warriors of Tamaris, Kuma has been bullying people for centuries in Call of Dragons, and game developers decided to add another big bully in the game, this time in the form of cavalry. AGNAR is here to destroy so many people. If you want a cavalry hero in Call of Dragons, look no further, because this is the guy. Orcs used to be the best of the best in the game, but now he has been replaced by this brand new beast, and you're gonna see why. If you're new here, this is the guy you get. We start off with the rage skill known as the Frost Battle Axe Blow. The rage cost is 1000, the attack range is mid-range, meaning you can use him with Elk Riders. It says deals physical damage twice to the target legion, damage factor 900 each time, for a total of 1800 damage. It is more damage than Uruk for a single target. For each enemy legion within range of the target legion when dealing damage, the hero's legion ignores 5% of enemy's defense, maximum 50%. Now what the heck is this, man? This is like Kuma for the cavalry troop type. The more enemies next to you, the more damage you're gonna deal to that person in front of you. Going on to skill number 2, War Ram Stomp. Now this is gonna be every city hopper's wet dream. This is the skill that they need. You just go in, you hit somebody, you hide, you come out, you do the same again. This guy is going to be a nightmare in the open field. Let us see what the skills say. After triggering Unyielding Rush, deals physical damage to the first 3 enemy legions within the rush path. Damage factor 500 each, and knocks the rush target legion airborne. Dealing physical damage, damage factor 1000. When triggering Wild Barrage, the legion gains 10% attack and then rage accumulation speed bonus of 10% for 5 seconds. So this is the buff for the Elk Riders where it says Wild Barrage. Now this skill is kind of a blessing in disguise, because I think it's going to be good for melee cavalry. You can charge in, hit someone, run away, and then repeat. If you're fighting someone constantly, this skill is not going to be active. It's only going to work once and that's it, which is why you need to switch your targets every 10 seconds when your Unyielding Rush cools down. Now the Elk Riders are going to benefit from this skill, like in a long fight, because they permanently get 10% attack bonus and then 10% rage accumulation speed bonus for 5 seconds. So I think this is going to be good. Does it stay on for Elk Riders? Let's see. When triggering Wild Barrage, the legion gains 10% attack and rage accumulation speed bonus. Yep. So the Elk Riders, they trigger Wild Barrage, I think, every 10 seconds. So this is going to be active all the time. But for the cavalry, you need to keep charging on different targets. So you can basically just hit someone with a skill damage and then run away and then come back and then run away and then come back and then do the exact same thing. This guy is going to be a nightmare for those who are destroying towers. City hoppers are going to take things to the next level, especially with this dude and Naya. Things are gonna go crazy in the open field, man. Moving on to skill number 3, Frostbeard Spirit. Legion cavalry units gain 10% HP bonus and 30% cavalry physical attack. Oh my goodness. This is nuts. We go on to skill number 4, Ancient Vows. When dealing hero skill damage, the legion has a 50% chance to gain 1 stack of Frost Pact Mark. Each stack of Frost Pact Mark increases legion cavalry unit attack by 20%, maximum 5 stacks for 8 seconds. This is nuts, guys. Now this is where things get interesting. You're gonna get 100% attack just like Kuma. So if you see a Kuma running around, you don't need to be afraid when you have this guy in your lineup, because you can take him. This guy is gonna be ridiculous. Kuma is gonna need multiple people next to him to like do a lot of attacks, but this guy doesn't need nobody. Let's see Kuma. Skill number 4. Does he need people nearby? While in the field, this hero legion gain 10% attack for every nearby legion that is in battle. Okay. So here's the thing, guys. If you see a single Kuma just walking around thinking they are a tough guy, you bring this guy and you charge that Kuma. That Kuma may not be able to get the 100% attack bonus that he needs because he's fighting you in a 1v1. He needs multiple people right next to him to get more attack. But with this guy, you just need to trigger your hero skill damage to get your 100% attack, and you are gonna make the Kuma wish they never came out. Maybe I am mistaken a little bit, but you know, at least he can do something. At least now you got someone who can, you know, stand up to Kuma. And if things start going down south, you see the Kuma is too strong, you just run away and you punish the Kuma with the War Ram Stomp. You run away, trigger Unyielding Rush, come back, smack him with the 1000 hero skill damage, run away, do the exact same thing. And this guy's artifact also allows him to do damage when you hit someone with a skill. So this is like a skill. The artifact is gonna give you damage as well. So we got a Kuma Hunter in Call of Dragons, guys. This is good news. Let's go to the Awakening. Now the Awakening is just gonna boost the rage skill. There is nothing new there. So the rage skill is gonna be 1000 damage factor times 2, which is 2000 damage factor, which is why this is like the new best cavalry in the game, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Freya could be at the top, but I think this guy is the real deal. And then when it comes to defense penetration all the way up to 60%, you get another 10% increase. So these are the skills of this brand new big bully in Call of Dragons. Let us see the animation again. Then we go check out the different pairings. Ooh, here we go. Kuma, watch your back. Okay, the dwarf is in the building. Let's go and check out some hero pairings. Alright, Warriors of Tamaris, time for some pairings in Call of Dragons for the brand new AGNAR in the game. So the number 1 pairing for this guy is going to be Freya. Freya is going to take things to the next level. Let us do it this way. Deploy, we go create. Okay, so Freya is going to be the partner for Mr. AGNAR. They were built to work together. Freya has got some crazy rage skill that's going to amplify AGNAR. Especially rage skill of Freya is going to take the Ancient Vows to a new height. Like get you to the 100% attack in no time. So you need Freya for this hero to be extremely insane. So this is the first pairing. Now, some of the other good pairings are going to be dependent on your multiple cavalry lineup. Unfortunately, these two heroes do not have any additional speed in their skills. So when it comes to the multiple cavalry lineup, you can only make 41% march speed for each one of these two heroes. And we're going to see the talent tree how you can get that. Now, when it comes to pairings, who else can you use? You're going to have to use AGNAR as the deputy and then put other people in front. That way you can have a good multiple cavalry lineup. So what comes to mind? The first one that I see right here is this guy, Mr. Murdoch. You're going to put the brand new artifact for this hero. I think it's called the Winter's Edge. And then you put Murdoch as the primary with the mobility talent tree to give you the 51% march speed, because these two heroes are going to synergize very well together. Mogro is going to bring a lot to the table, and this guy is going to take advantage of everything that Mogro brings. Plus, it gives you the ability to use the artifact without worrying about any speed. The next pairing that I can think of in terms of multiple cavalry lineup is going to be this one right here. Let's see. Let's find this archer hero. Yep, so we're going to put Fulgrim behind. Fulgrim has a double hero skill damage. So this is going to work well with the brand new Warpet, the Bullion Beast. At least you can do something. But there is something interesting about Fulgrim. His second skill will give him 15% defense and 10% march speed. Plus you get another boost in hero skill damage, a boost in normal attack damage. So this is really going to work well with this lineup to give you that 51% march speed for your multiple cavalry lineup. But if you do this, people are going to see your AGNAR and he's going to be the primary target for distraction. So I think putting this dude, Mr. Mogro, as the primary should be a good idea. You just hide this guy in the background and let him do his thing. Now, another pairing that's going to work well behind this guy for the 51% march speed is the Forgotten Theodore. Now, I know some of you are already saying, no, don't bother with Theodore. And you may be right. Theodore is not very good in the game because he's got more defense and no attack, which is not what you're looking for as a cavalry. But I think Theodore might be able to benefit in this lineup because he's going to bring that crazy defense that you need for survivability. And then this guy is going to take advantage of his 100% attack with his HP, and then he's going to use the 30% defense that Theodore brings to the table. Now this is going to be something else. And Theodore might be able to like make his hero skill hit hard because this guy can take his attack all the way up to 130%. So this could be something, guys. Theodore also has like, you know, 25% less normal attack damage taken. So I think if you're going to use this guy primary, might be a good idea to have Theodore behind because everybody is going to target him in the open field. And Theodore will be there to tank the damage and allow him to stay stronger, to stay on the field as long as possible. Now, I don't think it's recommended. You might be very good with a Falgrim instead of Theodore, but that is something we could try. After all, it's trial and error. So this could be another pairing where you can use this guy. Now, I wouldn't recommend using this guy like behind Urag. Let's say, for example, you have Urag as the primary. And here is why. You have the Wolf Howl Horn, which is a good artifact that works with Urag very well. And if you have this guy in the lineup, this guy also has his own artifacts. So you have two artifacts for one march. Not a good idea, I think. It's going to be like a very strong march. Don't get me wrong, but in terms of artifact use, I think you should put somebody else with Urag. So let us see. What are other good pairings that you can use with this guy? Like, I mean, he can go behind anybody in the multiple cavalry lineup. You just need to find a way to push him to 51% march speed. And I think you should be good to go. Is there anybody else that I can think of? Like, this is also a good lineup here. Let me show you guys. I've tested it out and it's been working like a charm. It could be very, very good for city hopping. You got Kalen here, and then for the artifact, we're going to put this one right here. And then for the Warpet, you put the Bullion Beast. I think this is going to be another popular lineup in the game for like annihilating enemies. Because Kalen, when awakened, he's going to trigger this skill that gives him 1000 damage. Very, very fast. Within the first 2 or 3 seconds, it's active. And then you have this guy with his second skill, War Ram Stomp. 1000 damage from this guy and 1000 damage from Kalen. This is 2000 damage within the first 3 seconds of the fight. It is just ridiculous. You can just repeat it, go in and out, and that's it. And this Bullion Beast is gonna do damage on each one of these two activations. Bullion Beast will do damage on this one, War Ram Stomp, and Bullion Beast will do damage on Dangerous Chase. I have tested it out and it works. So this could be another good pairing. I don't fully recommend it because of the artifacts, you know, but you might have to make some changes if you want to try something different. So these are all the pairings that I can think of for this guy. Like, you can put him behind any primary cavalry hero to try and get that 51% march speed. But yeah, this dude is gonna be a nightmare in the open field. Now, when it comes to like 1v1 fights, this is what you use with him as the primary and the Bullion Beast with the correct artifact. This is going to be the best pairing for this guy right here. Okay, Warriors of Tamaris, time to move on to the next chapter of the video, which is the Warpets. Like, there are so many pairings that you can use with this new hero, but we're gonna find them out. Another one could be what you see here on the screen, right? Like, if you plan on using the Solon's Blade, you can keep these two together and the damage output is going to be nasty. But people don't want to use the Solon's Blade because of the brand new artifact. And when you use the brand new artifact, you don't have the march speed. So we are left in a dilemma. Now, when it comes to Warpets, when you put these two together, the Warpet that you use is the Bullion Beast. And when you build your Bullion Beast, you must have advanced good fortune on your pet. Without this skill, your Bullion Beast become terrible. So make sure you buy this end of season skill on your pet. If you don't plan on buying this skill, then I think you are better off with the Blade Manticore. Where is the Blade Manticore? Blade Manticore is another pet that you can use on these heroes because it is a universal pet. So this is the pet that you can use if you don't want to build the Bullion Beast. This is a good option. Do we have any other pets here that are so good? I don't know about the Berserk Frederick. The Berserk Frederick might be okay, but I think Blade Manticore is the way to go. Now, if you're gonna put nigh in this lineup with Mr. AGNAR, then you can try the Orc Warhound. So these are the pets that I believe are going to do so well with Mr. AGNAR in the game. If you plan on pairing AGNAR with, say, Kylan just for some stupid stuff on the open field, then you can by all means try the Wind Weasel if you have it at a good level. Again, not recommended, but could be something you can play with. But overall, the Bullion Beast is the way to go. Now, let's say, for example, you have Mr. AGNAR and you put, let's say Theodore. I feel like this lineup is going to come back to life, man. This lineup is going to come back to life. Theodore just said, I know. Let's see. Maybe we put Fulgrim instead. Let's put Fulgrim. Because if I put Theodore, people are going to start complaining. Okay, so we keep Fulgrim over here. Should you use the Bullion Beast? I think this could work. Because you have like 4 different ways you can trigger the Bullion Beast. You got from this rate scale, you can trigger the Bullion Beast twice. And then from Fulgrim, you can trigger the Bullion Beast twice as well. And then you have War Ram Stomp, which can also trigger the Bullion Beast. So that is 5 chances to trigger the Bullion Beast before you even cast the pet talent skill, which is going to be very good for those enemies who try to run away. And you know, most of the time in PvP, your pets don't get to cast their talent skill because the enemy is dead or they are gone. So yeah, Bullion Beast would be a good way to go with the one lineup that looks like this. With the brand new artifacts over here, this should be good. But overall, decide which Warpet you want to use. If you're gonna put Freya here as the deputy, just keep the Bullion Beast 100%. This is the way to go. Up next, we check out some artifacts that you can use with Mr. AGNAR in Call of Dragons. For most people, you're gonna get away with the Solan's Blade. This is going to be good on this lineup, give you that march speed that you're looking for your multiple cavalry lineup. Now we got a brand new artifact for this hero. It is right here, known as the Winter's Edge. Now this is the artifact that you get. We're gonna unlock it today at reset, so it's gonna look good. So this is the additional effect that I was trying to say to you guys. This additional effect is going to be awesome, especially when you're going in and out, using your Unyielding Rush to hit people with the War Ram Stomp. This additional effect is going to be nasty, which is why I was saying this guy is, I think, the Kuma killer in the game. Like you can hit Kuma, run away, and then come back. Hit Kuma again, run away, and then come back. Do this multiple times, you're gonna get so much damage on your enemies. Now, the one downside of this artifact is that when you trigger the artifact skill, it's gonna take time. And you know, sometimes your enemy might be dead for the second part of the artifact damage to take effect. But the new exemplar is gonna reduce that time by only 1 second. So try to get the exemplar if you can. But overall, I think it's a fantastic artifact. It's just that it's gonna take time to complete all of its damage if you don't do the hero skill. So that's the one downside, but it's going to be a brilliant artifact if you can get your hands on the exemplar. This is going to be fantastic. So this is the artifact that you use for the pairings. Now there are so many awesome artifacts here. You can use them depending on the hero that you pair with Mr. AGNAR. We got so many options over here. Up next, we're going to check out some talent trees that you can use with AGNAR in Call of Dragons. The first one is going to be the standard skill tree. Now this is something that you can use to take down your enemies. We're going to use the Theodore as a reference because I don't have this hero at maximum level. So we have a good talent tree here that you can use. So let me explain this talent tree, how it's going to work with these brand new heroes. It's a pretty much standard cavalry talent tree. You go all the way over here, you get the perfect ferocity to give you more damage every time you charge to your enemies. And then you make your way to the right, grabbing boiling blood on the way. And when you get to this point, like, people have started having a debate on which one is the best. I personally cannot give you the correct answer of which one is the best between these two, but usually people go with Raging Tide. I think you can also benefit from Steady Hands, so it's gonna be up to you. Now when it comes to the end, this second skill, Caged Animal, might be a better option, but when it comes to AGNAR and Freya, you want to go with this one right here. And allow me to show you. This is gonna be good for those quick fights, and here is why. The skill says when casting a rage skill, your legion deals additional hero skill damage to the target legion. So the key thing we are looking from here is hero skill damage. Now let's go to Freya and I show you why you need that skill. If you look at Freya's skill number 3, it says every 8 times the hero's legion deals hero skill damage, it inflicts cowardice upon the target legion for 1 second. The hero's legion also deals diffused physical damage to the target legion and nearby enemy legion. 5 legions total, damage factor 50. And for each legion damage, the hero's legion deals this amount of more damage for 5 seconds. So when you have this skill, it's going to allow you to utilize that skill from Freya and make you trigger it a lot more often. This one might look like it's the best way to go, but I think this is going to be very, very beneficial because of that skill. So this is going to be the first talent tree for Mr. AGNAR in Call of Dragons. If you just want to use him for fighting like in 1v1 or just doing some simple stuff, this could be the way to go. We're going to move on to the next talent tree, which is the 41% march speed for AGNAR. Let's go to the Roots of War and do it from there. All the way to the bottom, we got AGNAR over here, talent tree. Okay, so this, ladies and gentlemen, is the 41% talent tree build from Mr. AGNAR, the one you use if you're integrating him into your multiple cavalry lineup. Now this guy, if you're going to use him as the primary, he's going to be the main target. He's going to be targeted by everyone, so maybe giving him some defense stats could be good, but I'm not sure if that's necessary. So this is what the talent tree looks like. You can see I got 2 points over here. I'm still contemplating where to put them. If I put it here, we're going to get some HP. If I put it here, we're going to get some defense break on the enemy, and my other legions are going to be able to use it. So now which one is the best? Let's see. But since you're going to be hitting an enemy in a multiple cavalry lineup, I think the Breach Blade must be the way to go. Let me know down below which one is the best between these two skills. So for now, I'm going to pick the Breach Blade. So we take this one because when you hit enemy with normal attack, you get 10% defense break for 5 seconds. So this is going to be awesome. So this is what the talent tree looks like, guys. 41% march speed. And then you put somebody else behind him who can bring in 10%. Like you can have Theodore behind. You can have Mogro behind. Not Mogro. This guy. The cavalry guy. Forgot his name. And then you can have, what is it called? This archer guy as well. Forgot his name. Okay. I'm beginning to see stars right now. What the heck is going on? Okay, so this is the talent tree, guys. 41% march speed, and then you bring the other speed from elsewhere. This is what it looks like. 1 point left. Where will you drop that 1 point? I think I'm going to put it either here on the skill damage or this one here. You know what? Let's get the 1% skill damage. Okay, so looks like I made a tiny mistake here, a little bit. I can get some more damage. So here we can fix it. You see, this thing is going to give you like 5% hero skill damage dealt, but this one is only 4%. And we got head held high and head held high. So how about you take this head held high instead, and then over here you take this 5% hero skill damage bonus. This is going to be much better. Or you could decide to just ignore this head held high and just take this 5% hero skill damage bonus. It's going to be up to you. I decided to give him another hero skill damage bonus on one of these two trees, just to help out. Or maybe the rage regeneration. I just picked one from each tree. Now we could go both, but I think getting the hero skill damage is the way to go. So you get one from here and you get one from here. So that's pretty much it. So this is the talent tree, guys. This is what I would use for the 41% might speed build. Let's expand it again. Yep. So this is it. And I think that's it for the talent trees for the video, guys. Like, we're going to have to find something different. It's going to take time. But yeah, this brand new hero is something else. He's going to be kicking butt and taking names. Now, if you're new into the game, this is the hero that you're going to get in your account. He's going to be so awesome. He pairs up very well with almost every cavalry hero in the game. He's got insane physical attack up to 100%. You got so many hero pairs that you can use with this dude. Even this hero can play well with this brand new cavalry. This hero can hit hero skill damage 3 times, which is fantastic. And she's gonna bring 40% additional attack to the table. So you could push your attack all the way to 170. Oh boy, this is gonna be nuts. Another one you can use is going to be Mogro. Mogro can do well behind this brand new guy, but you don't want to take him from your infantry lineup. You can also use Mr. Lei Quan, who can also do great behind this new cavalry hero. But you don't want to take Lei Quan from your infantry. So this is it, guys. This is it for the heroes. And there is one more thing that you can try as well. Since this hero has like a crazy attack just like Kuma, how about popping a venomous lizard on the hero and just throwing it into the crowd and see what happens? This could also work. You never know. The amount of attack you have, your damage output is going to be crazy. So this is it for the guide, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you're new, subscribe for more content. Until then, talk to you guys in the next one. Bye bye for now.